And I say all the time when I talk to parents about getting their kids involved in scouting, I talk about the life skills that they will learn that they will use forever. And one of the examples that I give, my son, his freshman year in college, he called me and he said, "Mom, I couldn't think of anybody else to call that would appreciate this story more than you would." He said, "I was walking across campus and one of the guys that I knew was walking along looking down at the ground. And I asked him if he had lost something, and he said yes. And I said, what? And he said the card key. And they use the card key to get in their rooms. They use them to pay, for their meals. They're swiped everywhere. So without that card key, they're pretty much lost. And the kid had lost his. And he had been looking for it for about 45 minutes. So my son said to him, this is going to sound strange, but this is something that we do in scouting. It might work. He said, before we leave a campsite, we kind of stand shoulder to shoulder, and we walk along and we look down at the ground to make sure we've gotten all the trash up and we've left no trace. And he said the guy kind of scoffed at him and said it wouldn't work, but he was desperate. He'd try anything. He said they took 5 steps, and there it was. He said, I couldn't believe it worked. And so it's those things, even now I see those things in my boys, things that they learned in scouting. And it's inevitably when we get together and we're sitting around the kitchen table and we're talking about remember when, it always goes back to a scouting experience. It was such a huge part of our lives. And they have benefited tremendously, not just when you talk about the tangible kinds of things, because certainly when you think about the relationships and the jobs and being able to put things on your resume and that kind of thing, they certainly benefited from that. But there are other things that are intangible that the truth is they may not realize until they have their own children how much this experience has meant to them. And it truly was a great experience for us.